Hi friends, it's Wayne Polson coming to you from the Circle here at SM Heartland. I hope you all are doing great. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to my good friend Andy Shirley. Andy Shirley and I served in the Air Force together way back in the late 70s, and he lives in Georgia. It's probably been, how long, Andy? Has it been 40 some years maybe since we've seen each other, something like that? Listen, the reason I'm bringing up Andy is because his grandson, whose name is Cole, is in ICU down in Atlanta, and he is having a really difficult time struggling with a disease I've never heard of before. Very, very rare disease. Look it up. I think it's called McDermott's disease. It's a genetic disease. But I guess the deal is that he goes into these seizures, and he'll have 30, 70, 100 seizures a day, if you can imagine what that is. I can't even imagine it, but I called Andy last night just to let him know that I was thinking about him, that we're going to offer up our prayers. Folks, if you'd like to just say something to Andy in the comments below, I'm sure he would really appreciate it. It's Andy Shirley. You've probably seen him in the comments before. He doesn't comment much. But when he does speak, his words are awesome. So give a shout out to Andy, and let's lift him up in prayer and in our thoughts and our hearts and our minds. I want to give you an update on this Coyote Canine side-by-side that we've had now for 3 years, I think. I think it's 3 years now. And I've, in the past, put up videos on how these window brackets and hinges have just cracked and broke over the course of the last year and a half, 2 years or so. And I've complained to the dealer about them. They seem to think that I'm the one causing the problem. They do it in jest, but I think, you know, they're kind of looking at their fleet. They say they have about 25, 30 of these things out in the field, and none of them are breaking like mine are. Maybe I have a lemon, I don't know. But I would advise you folks, if you're interested in getting a Coyote Canine, don't get the windshield. Get a third-party windshield kit and put it on there. I think you'll have less trouble down the road with it. What they're telling me is that most of the carts that they have, or most of the side-by-sides they have, are in situations or in environments where the terrain is not that rough. Golf courses, for instance. Really? You know, that's a rough ride, isn't it? But listen, those of you who have been here before, Jeremy Weaver, Wayne Wango Weaver, Angie Kay, you guys know, you all know, John Gray, you've been here, and Byron, you've been here. You folks know what this terrain is like here. This is not a golf course. What you see here is mild compared to what the rest of our property is. Just to go up and down our driveway is 325 feet of elevation gain from the mailbox up to our house. And it's about 1/3 of a mile or more long, and it's nothing but Baja all the way. There are about like 4 different grades along the way, and it's all large stones. Sure, that's our fault, I guess, because we haven't paid the thousands of dollars it's going to take to resurface that driveway. I mean, we need a lot of limestone, folks, to fix that driveway, and we just don't have the money for it. So this thing's going up and down that driveway, and just getting the bejesus, you know, shaken out of it. So that's a problem for this thing. It can't handle that. The rest of the vehicle can handle it pretty well. I mean, nothing else has broken. I've had some transmission issues, and I can't believe I'm the only one with these issues, but if you park this vehicle on an incline and take it out of gear and put it in neutral, when you go to get back into gear again, you can't do it. You have to rock the vehicle. You have to push it back up the hill, get the pressure off of the transmission before you can engage the gear shift. To me, that seems like it's more of a universal problem. I just think people out there in the field aren't experiencing it because they don't park their vehicles on a grade like we have to many times around here. So I'm a little bit frustrated with this purchase. I love it otherwise. It's served us well here. It has the nice, you know, hydraulic bed. All of that's really nice and handy. I can't complain about it. It's been across this terrain many times, and so I got to give it an A in terms of that. But the quality, workmanship, I guess, maybe of this windshield accessory. This is an accessory, folks. The bottom hinges, the left bottom, the left top, the right bottom, the right top, the two top hinges, which are not really hinges, they're just folded pieces of spring steel that provide the hinging mechanism for this window. And the little push-out levers that lock down, those things are just frail. Both of them have broken off on the left and on the right side of this window frame. I now have the window sealed shut with zip ties because if I let it bounce around, it's going to break some more. I've already put, and these Korean parts aren't cheap. I've probably put over $100 in just the brackets and hinges alone. I'm sure it's been over $100. So I'm just telling you all to give you a fair warning. If you buy a Coyote K9, you'll be happy with the vehicle in general, but don't get the windshield kit. It's glass. That's one thing nice about it, but it's heavy. So I think all those cheap components holding it in place just aren't brutish enough to take the G-forces of this thing shaking and rattling and rolling in there. So that's all I got to say about that. That's really all this video was about. Otherwise, like I said, Maverick loves it. He loves to ride with me, and we go down into town with it. We do a lot with it. So generally, we're happy. We have it. I can't imagine not having it here. Now, let me just say this. Just to be fair, I don't know that any other side-by-side would hold up any better constantly moving across this terrain. I've seen, my stepson has a Polaris RZR, and he has a Honda, the Honda, I forget the actual name of the side-by-side, but it's like a 1000. And they're not out here that often, but they haven't complained of any broken parts. But I've also noticed that their suspension seems to be more forgiving. This has a pretty rigid suspension, and I think that you can feel all the bumps and the jarring that's taking place when you go over this terrain. So, look, I don't want to drag this video out. You get what I'm talking about. I just wanted to give you all a little bit of an update on this Coyote product here. I love their tractor. I've had the tractor since 2000, and man, it's been a workhorse here. I have no complaints about that tractor at all. I did break a shuttle lever at one point in time. It's not really the shuttle lever, it's the shuttle linkage down below. That linkage broke on me, which was kind of alarming because when that happens, you can't do anything with the tractor. And it was made out of the same steel that is used here in this product. So I think they've got a problem with their steel. They're not using American-made steel, I'll tell you that for sure. So if any of you have suggestions on ways that I can improve this, Jeremy Weaver gave me a good suggestion for the upper spring hinges. He said, go ahead and put some oversized washers to distribute the load where they connect to the frame a little bit better, so that, because where the springs were breaking is right where the bolts connect to the frame. So I went ahead and did that. We're going to see how that works. But other than that, I'm at a loss, folks. Every time I drive this thing, I feel like the windshield may fall out. You never know. All right, folks, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching the channel. I really appreciate it. Listen, if you want to help us out financially, you can. I'll put a link down below for Buy Me a Coffee. You can pitch in down there and contribute to the channel. I think there's other ways to do that. I'm not real YouTube savvy. I think YouTube probably has something down below the screen there that you can click on to contribute to the channel. But most of all, I really just like having you out there. Leave some comments for me. I love hearing your comments and reading your comments, and I'll reply to all of them as much as I can. YouTube, by the way, has not been giving me notifications when comments come in, so sometimes my comments can be a little delayed because I have to go looking for them. So that's a YouTube issue there. So yeah, if you'd like to help out, please do that. Other than that, please subscribe, hit the like button if you like the video, and tune in to another video coming up here. You may like some of these videos that I'm going to post here at the end of this clip. If so, go ahead and click on those and watch those. Folks, this is my deal, okay? Got this from a friend of mine from 2018, Buck and Billy Ray Smith. I really love the guy. His theme was kindness, and I've adopted that theme myself. I think kindness is a word that's taken for granted, but there's a lot behind that word kindness. There's love, there's peace, there's joy, there's strength. There's a lot that goes behind that word. Sometimes it takes a lot of strength to extend kindness to other people, folks, doesn't it? So find somebody out there in your life who has a grievance against you, or maybe you have a grievance against them, and see if you can extend some kindness to that person, because that will be the true test of your ability to extend that kindness. And I know for a fact you'll reap the benefits of that kindness by receiving kindness yourself. So that's all I got to say, folks. I'll see you in another video. Over and out.